Inside the Soyuz TMA-16 spacecraft that is not currently in the field of view here, you're looking at one of the two Soyuz vehicles. The undocking again will occur just over 3 hours from now. Finally, a deorbit burn will be executed at 5:32 a.m. Central Time to slow the Soyuz down by about 115 meters per second, enabling it to drop out of orbit for its entry back into the Earth's atmosphere. A command then will be issued after entry interface to separate the three sections of the Soyuz, leaving the descent module where Williams and Sarayev will be strapped in their launch and entry suits. Temperatures around the ablative heat shield will build up to about 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit as the Soyuz heads toward its landing site in north-central Kazakhstan. A series of chutes will deploy. First a drogue chute, followed by a prime chute to further slow the Soyuz down and have it canted at the proper angle for the final minutes of its descent back to Earth. The drogue chute is ultimately jettisoned, and the prime parachute then will gently guide the Soyuz down for its landing. Just a couple of seconds, just a split second, if you will, before touchdown. Soft landing engines at the base of the Soyuz will fire in one final braking maneuver, and the Soyuz will touch down. The prime landing site, again, is to the northeast of the remote town of Arkalyk, in north-central Kazakhstan, where the temperature is expected to be in the 20s, with winds out of the southwest at about 17 miles an hour to greet the search and recovery crews. Again, there will be at least 8 Russian Mi-8 helicopters that will be in a circle around that landing zone waiting for the Soyuz to touch down. The first helicopters to touch down will include medical personnel and technical personnel, both from Roscosmos and RSC Energia, who will be responsible for spacecraft safing once the Soyuz is down. Depending on the conditions at the landing site, the Soyuz will either land upright or on its side. Work will quickly begin to open up the top hatch of the Soyuz and begin to extract the crew one by one. Max Sarayev, the Soyuz commander, should be the first out of the Soyuz spacecraft, followed by Jeff Williams, who will be in the left seat of the Soyuz. Once the two crew members are out, they will be placed in reclining chairs while recovery personnel will erect an inflatable medical tent nearby. There will also be all-terrain vehicles at the landing site to assist the crew with other technical personnel. The two crew members will be brought in their reclining chairs into that medical tent to be assisted out of their Sokol launch and entry suits and into more comfortable garb. Once and about an hour and a half after landing, Williams and Sarayev will be placed back in their respective Russian helicopters to be flown about an hour and 45 minutes to the city of Kustanai in the northwest section of Kazakhstan, just across from the Russian border, where they will be greeted in a traditional welcoming ceremony by Kazakh citizenry and other search and recovery personnel before boarding a Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center plane for a 2.5-hour flight back to Chkalovsky Air Base just outside of the Gagarin Cosmonaut Training Center in Star City, Russia, near Moscow.
And Soyuz, and then we'll give you the recommendation to switch back to combined power, and that will be temporarily. Okay,
once again, everything going very smoothly. The hatches were closed between the Soyuz TMA-16 and the Poisk module of the International Space Station at 11:45 p.m. Central Time, about 15 minutes ago. Leak checks are underway. That will be followed by the depressurization of the docking interface between the Soyuz and Poisk to set the stage for the undocking of Soyuz from the International Space Station just over 3 hours from now. That leaves behind on the International Space Station Oleg Kotov, T.J. Creamer, and Soichi Noguchi, the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency astronaut, who will be a 3-man crew for 17 days during what is called an indirect handover period. That will set the stage for the launch on April 2nd of 3 additional crew members, Tracy Caldwell-Dyson, Alexander Skvortsov, and Mikhail Kornienko, who will be launched on